As for the process is concerned, like to work in all the mediums, be it printmaking, painting, or pastels, or acrylics, or oil. And when I start, like there is, I feel for an artist there is no stopping at all. You just go on and on. So when you're going on with your own work, like drawing, painting, or whatever you're doing, so there's no question of planning in my work at all. Like I just like to start my work without thinking. You can't even say it's a spontaneous process, but it's a very intuitive process where I don't have to think that I have to start my painting or I have to start doing something else. So it just comes very very intuitively. When a zinc plate, like when I start working with printmaking, suddenly switch over to painting or pastel. But then everything goes in a series, like it's a series of say 3-4 years, and in those 3-4 years I would have done just printmaking, but then suddenly I switch over to pastels or painting. So then that would go on for 2-3 years or 4 years. So this is a process, it's an ongoing process. My themes have always been, I can say, autobiographical, because the thinking process doesn't stop, and my hands don't stop. So, with the result, whatever is happening to me, whatever is happening around me, that automatically comes into my work, and that's why I feel that I don't have that creative block. But whenever I have the creative block, I have my books to go back to. So, as for the themes, I would say I've been working in series. Like there have been manuscript series, then there has been aquatic energy series, and then woven dreams. So I can say whatever I experience from day to day, it comes into my work. And of late, not of late, but I would say 10-12 years back, I started working with flowers. And it was actually I lost my daughter, and in context to that, I started looking for her all around, and there were these In My Womb series, Me the Flower. So nature came into my work, and that's where I feel that I don't have to think that I have to do it in etching or in drawing or in painting. It automatically, intuitively gets translated into that. Say for almost 2-3 years, if I've done printmaking, so I just one day I start doing painting with the same theme, and the next day I would start doing some terracotta works in the same theme. So that way I feel that my works are not governed by the medium. It's whatever is happening to me inside that comes out automatically. In case of my visual language, I think I have evolved almost every phase of my life, and that gets depicted in my work also. I don't consciously, I don't like to stagnate myself. So for that, I have to work little hard, and so that I don't remain in stagnated waters. Like I like to move on with every phase of my life, and I think that happens with every artist, if I'm not mistaken. But at least for me, that's very important to keep moving on. And with the moving on, your mind keeps expanding because you're working almost every day, and with every experience that you are having, you tend to create your own language. And for example, I have done manuscript series, and those manuscript series have turned into something else altogether. Then I started doing different series in which paintings were really enhanced, and collages were also there. So now of late I've been doing flower installations, I've been doing working in terracotta. So with every stage I feel your work changes, your mind expands, and the visual language automatically gets enhanced, I would say. Like now I use a lot of my work, my zinc plates, as works of art also, in which I have actually taken prints, and then I have displayed those works as works of art, assembled all those plates. So that's a different medium with this different visual language altogether. So I feel it's a kind of an evolution that every artist goes through. COVID-19, the pandemic has really come as a big surprise to the whole world. And I wouldn't say that anyone has been spared by it, because everyone has got affected by it in some or the other way. I, as an artist, I can say my practice has always been in isolation. I've always worked under lockdown system only, because when you are working with one concentration, and you're working uh, towards something that is, you're not bothered about the world around you. But so lockdown has not really affected me or my practice, but definitely my themes have changed overnight. Because the moment you look at the social media and you see the things around you, then you realize how privileged we people are, that we have food to eat, we have homes to live in. But what about these workers? So suddenly I felt that the day I saw the plight of these migrant workers, my theme changed into total different. It went into a total different zone. So I feel that I don't know from where will I go as far as my themes are concerned. The pandemic, how is it going to affect the artist class? Frankly speaking, I will not be able to foresee, but I can definitely say that the art practice of artists cannot stop. And in the time of pandemic, also, every artist is creating. Only thing is that the kind of rat race the art world had got into, the galleries and the kind of talks and everything. So that will come down, that will lessen down a lot, and the running around of the artists will also lessen down a lot. Everything will go online for especially for a year or two. So the kind of rat race younger generation of artists were going through, they will be not going through that. So now the actual serious artists who are really interested in just working and going ahead with their profession will come forward. Only regret is that this year Kalasakshi Memorial Trust will not be able to hold any residency program, which was a very interesting program for the younger generation of students who were coming forward and coming for the award program. So everything will go online. Even the mentoring program that we have in Sanskriti Kendra will go online. So this way things are going to change, but the art practice will carry on.